Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Men in Black is back to protect the world. More on that story later. But I am indeed playing some Marvel Contest of Champions, and in particular I'm doing a rank up. Granted, it's not really playing the game, but at the same point I am building up my roster. And a lot of people may kind of go, "Hey Rich, the title of this video, you're ranking up a 4-star, aren't you?" Well, 4 stars aren't really the thing and the way to go. It's all about the 5 stars. Yes, I think this may be the last time, but having the option of techs at the moment, because I'm flush for tech, tier 4 class catalyst, which I didn't think that would ever happen, but you know, these things do at the most strangest and opportune times. So as you can see, this is the roster here. Now the 5 stars, I kind of go like, maybe I should do Rocket Raccoon, but he's not duped. Should I do standard Rocket Raccoon? Again, these are the hard decisions, but I have settled for one champion in particular, which I think will be of usefulness in different content, and I may also enjoying with regards to getting me out of the shit, so to speak, when it comes to arena. Because, you know, we have those hard battles sometimes. You're like, damn, I really need a champion to kind of get me out of a sticky situation. I might have made a mistake, but at the same time, I like this guy, and it is going to be definitely Vision Age of Ultron. And also, just because that I'm low on my summoner advancement levels, I need to kind of put some effort in and point. The other thing is that there's also a level up and a tech advancement. This is another thing I like to kind of do, is plan out my rank ups around stuff that's coming on with solo events, because it does mean that I can get a good chunk, if not all of, the 4 reward sections as well as the 5 reward sections when it comes to these 2 events. So the 4, I definitely think I'm going to get a tech advancement. The 5 reward sections, I'm definitely thinking I can get that. And obviously people may ask, why choose Vision Age of Ultron? I find him a little bit underrated. A lot of people will kind of opt for the other Vision. Yes, okay, he does have a little bit more value with regards to getting a lot more synthesized. Is a great signature ability, but power still is just as good. I think if you tweak some things, maybe if the game kind of develops and we increase the mastery points, hopefully there's some stuff that's going to improve this guy in the future to make him on par, if not better. The other thing is that, yeah, like his alternate brother, he gets all the stuff like heal block, power burn, and robotics. So therefore, he's got the immunity to certain things like poison and bleeds, which is very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him from 330 and we're going to bump this bad boy straight over to 550 and see how the attributes and things change with the character. So let's do it. So there we have him in all his curvaceous glory. And first of all, right off the bat, we can see a rise in the health pool. Health pool has risen to from 8884 to 15,558. The hit points, so the kind of attack points, have gone up from 687 to 1,199. So that's cool. That's good to see an advancement there. Attributes wise, and this is going to be quite cool to see this. Critical rating has risen, not by much, it's just by 1 point. I think actually it's 0.9% is that risen. That's not amazing, but still, I'll take it. We've seen a rise with 175% on the critical damage rating up to 180%. And then we've got with the armor rating, we've risen from 9 to 12, so that's pretty cool. And then the block proficiency, and this is pretty cool to see a decent block proficiency with this character, which is up to 64%. Not a huge rise, but still really good block proficiency from this character. Tech always seem to get decent block proficiency. It just seems to be something that's with the class skill and the class in general. When it comes to the signature ability, nothing's really changed on that, but nothing usually does unless you get more signature stones on the champion. Then things change dramatically. So the conversion into direct damage, that's something that, well, it's not gone considerably up. Just see, it looks like about just over 2.5% rise with that. The special attack 1, that's remained the same, and so has the L3. Obviously 100% is nothing you're going to really capitalize with regards to the L2. But still, yeah, not a huge change, but change nevertheless on converting the the power burnt into direct damage. So the power burn is not being significantly improved. That may increase with signature stones. I don't know. I doubt it. So yeah, what I really want to do with this champion is utilize a lot of the stuff. Like kind of put him against different champions. Then maybe ones with like a heal. Like find someone and just like apply it against that. Maybe as well to try and avoid getting hit by a limbo or going against a champion like Majik. That'd be quite cool. But then trying to avoid trying to kind of evade the champion, because obviously it's kind of like a mini kind of cow drops things with that. So it's important that when I think I will try Majik as a champion, and maybe we'll do a Winter Soldier, but still Majik it is first. So first things first, I'm going to go up against an alliance mate and just try some stuff out. So first off, obviously we're going to stand with the basics. Hopefully we get. I really want to kind of build up to like an L1 and try and put like a hill block in, but it's really important as well to just kind of get that limbo ping up, because that's really the thing that I want to check. I really want to check that limbo. Well, obviously that was kind of the limbo that comes with the L1, which is fine, but I want to see the kind of the limbo ping up. Come on, limbo. Come on, pick up. Okay, there we go with the limbo, and I'm trying not to kind of evade too much, but there you go. The hill block's in, and it's like one of these kind of champions that I do like kind of putting against certain champions, obviously that regen in any kind of way. So that's cool, and it was nice to see a little bit of power burn as well, and I think that's the next thing, kind of checking out the building up power and trying to see what punishment we can give against enemies, especially going against ones like... I don't know, Hyperion. He's a bit of a kind of a quick builder of power. Even though obviously there's a class disadvantage, that's still something that can be applied against him. Okay, so we're going against a person called SDR3, and it's just because I could find it's the quickest Hyperion that I could find at 5-star that may kind of pack a bit of a punch. But what we want to see is the power burn really in action. Obviously now we're seeing that the enemy is getting that power gain, and obviously regardless of the class disadvantage, we really want to see some kind of burn as quickly as possible. But obviously there we didn't kind of get the cut there, but still there's a power burn, and what we want to do is just continue that on. So power burn in, and that's good. And a power steal from this champion, which I do really enjoy, is coming in handy because we're keeping that power at bay, and it is so nice to keep a character like Hyperion, who sometimes is a bit of a bitch, down and suppressed. So that's really nice. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. I thought we got in first there, but still. This is when obviously the performance side of things goes down, and you're kind of then going, oh damn. But still, we'll pick up the win quite nicely. But there's the whole thing about creating a decent power burn, kind of power stealing, which can be really good and helpful in certain circumstances. So now I've put him into a little power gain team, and we're going to see if we can run wild with him. I'm not sure how well this will kind of play out, but still, you know, it's all about keeping that power at bay. It's all about power burning. I'm looking to kind of exploit the L2 a bit and kind of see how much of burn that we can really kind of pull off with the character. As well, it's going to be effective to gain up power quicker to get to our L1s and L2s in order to then suppress the enemy and stop them from gaining power and applying any hurt. Granted, we're with robotics, so we don't need to worry against things like the bleed. So that's going to be pretty cool. Let's just get into it. So there we have it. That was the fight against Winter Soldier. Not my best by any stretch of the imagination, but the fact is we got to see that power burn, and we got to see decent kind of build of power, and then hitting in with the L2 to kind of put in a hill block. Well, obviously, it doesn't really apply to Winter Soldier. The downside with playing against Winter Soldier is he doesn't build past a certain point. It's more logical that he will do either an L1 or L2 pretty quickly, which means that we can't see a consecutive kind of build of power to around about L2. It's only very rarely that you kind of get him up to an L3 position, and even then he's either going to do an L1 and L2. The main point about saying that is that I want to steal as much power, or I want to burn as much power away from the enemy. That was really the kind of the focus of that, but I can't really do that against that character. Characters like Hyperion would be better for that kind of situation, but still I can see the usage with this guy in lots of different things, against characters that inflict bleed, in poisons. Maybe a champion that I'd like to use in my alliance questing, depending on how the next season goes with alliance questing functions. Are we going to see 6 stars in? Who knows? But still, very happy with Vision being a rank 5. And next, it'll be about pushing those 5 stars. And before we leave, the icing on the cake is getting all those lovely rewards from solo questing. So remember, guys, if you're looking to rank up a champion, look no further than the solo quests. If there's something on, then try and kind of focus it around there, and obviously put in your points when it comes to summon advancement and do your bit for your alliance. So I've been RichTheMan. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest Champions based content. Don't forget to watch MCC News, which comes out once every 2 to 3 days, depending if there's any news in the community. And yeah, catch me on social media, link is in the description below, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.